What is sin? You know, we've grown up people telling us that we're not supposed to sin. We've heard that in us growing up in our churches all our lives. Jesus came to this earth to save us and to forgive us of our sins. But what is sin? Let's talk about that today in your morning cup of inspiration. Hello, and thank you so much for joining me today. You know, if you look up what sin is, the Bible tells us, defines sin as the breaking or transgression of God's law. That's in 1 John 3 and 4. And it also describes it as disobedience or rebellion against God, as well as independence from God. And that's in Deuteronomy 9:7. So we're seeing a couple different things here. It's breaking and transgressions. It's trying to be independent and rebelling, like Lucifer did when he rebelled in the heavens. Before God cast him out, he wanted to become higher than God, and he rebelled against him. So there's different things that we're hearing about what sin is, but how do we break that down to us nowadays? Billy Graham said, a sin is any thought or action that falls short of God's will. Okay, that kind of frames it a little bit more as to where we're at today. Gives me a good idea. I recently heard a minister say, sin is anything that hurts you or the people around you. And I'm saying, you know something, that one I can grab onto, because God tells us to love one another as he loves us. He tells us that our body is his temple, and we're not to sin against our body. You know, these things, this makes sense now. A sin is anything that hurts you or the people around you. And you know, another thing about sin is over in Romans 6:16, the Bible tells us, don't you know that when you offer yourselves to someone as obedient slaves, you are slaves of the one you obey, whether you are slaves to sin, which leads to death, or to obedience, which leads to righteousness. It just tells us right there, sin kills, obedience makes things right. It leads to righteousness. So I hope that helps you today. Sin kills, obedience leads to righteousness. And sin is anything that hurts you or the people around you. Thank you so much for joining me today. Look forward to seeing you again for another morning cup of inspiration, and I hope you have a wonderful day. God bless you.